Look, unfortunately, the mice have survived through winter. We had snow in many of these regions. There was frost, there was flooding, but they have these burrows half a metre under the ground. And what we know is that they have survived and that they are starting to breed again. And the fear is that because they are starting from such a high base, I mean, the mouse plague has been around for over a year, that what's going to happen is that they're going to explode in even higher numbers. We're not seeing them at the moment in Western New South Wales in those numbers. You're not seeing them visibly. I mean, right next to the camera there are some dead mice, and it will make for better TV if we have some live ones. But what we're actually seeing is that there is damage in the crops, and these are such valuable crops because there was millions of dollars worth of damage to last year's, which was the first since the drought. So what the experts are telling farmers is that they need to get out there and go hard, because there's also mouse damage, not only in Western New South Wales, which is where the bulk of the mouse plague was before, but we're also seeing it in Western Queensland, Southern Queensland, Western Victoria and Western Australia. So the fear is that this problem, like you said, will be much more widespread.
Yeah, gee, that's a great worry, isn't it? So, Lucy, what are farmers being told to do?
To get out there, to look in their crops and to not be complacent if they're not seeing mice, because obviously there were those nightmare videos and people were living with them, you know, in their beds, in their homes. People aren't seeing that, but the damage is there. So if they're not seeing mice, to get out there and to start baiting and to go hard. The hope is that because the mouse plague was so severe last year, that the preparations and research into making poisons doubly as potent and making sure there are rebates, and that, you know, the awareness that seeing those videos of millions of mice pouring out of sheds kind of gives people, the hope is that people now will be across it and can go hard, because mice first really appeared between July and September last year, but they exploded in January. So now is the time to jump on that problem and to make sure that it doesn't become an issue that is just spreading right across Australia and causing all of that damage and that heartache to people living in regional Australia.
Yeah, the heartache and the financial cost is just huge, isn't it? Hey, Lucy Thackeray, thank you so much for that.